Welcome to Rocksolid Productions, where in this video we've actually got something kind of unique we're looking at. We're going to check out the Vankyo C100 projector. This thing is cool. Let's check it out. Hey everyone, Gary here from Rocksolid Productions. Now, if this is your first time here to the channel, just want to take a second, say thanks for checking out what we have going on here on the channel. If you like what you see here, I invite you to check out some of the other videos that we have here on the channel. And if you really like what you see here, do me a huge favor. Hit that thumbs up button, hit that subscribe button, and that bell notification. That way, each and every time we do upload new content, you are kept up to date with everything we have going on here. So the folks here with Vankyo, I hope I'm pronouncing that right, sent us this guy here. This is the Cinemango 100 projector for home entertainment, or the C100 for short. Basically what it's designed to do is give you a portable sort of projector that you could play games through, watch movies through, stream video content, and a whole lot more. Where I'm really interested in this for is the fact that I am a fan of old school drive-in movie theaters. We're actually blessed to have one here within about 35 minutes of my home. It's called the Harvest Moon Twin Drive-In. And if you are a fan of American Pickers, they were actually featured on an episode, and I was actually featured on the episode. Sort of. I provided them with some drone footage flying high from above the drive-in itself, and they actually used it in the episode. I love going to the drive-in. This allows me to kind of bring that experience home, and I can set it up in my backyard, in my driveway, or I can take it with me to go ahead and kind of have that portable movie experience fun with me, especially now with 4G LTE and 5G coming, where you can even do streaming on the go, where in years past you really couldn't do that. So what we're going to do, we're going to take this, we're going to throw it on the bench, we're going to see how it comes out of the box, and we're going to do some testing. And it's going to be kind of hard to test because we can't capture to show you how this works. We actually have to show you by projecting to see how it works. So we're going to do that later on tonight when it gets dark out. But for the time being, let's throw this on the bench and check it out. Oh yeah, Adventure Island behind me. Make sure too you check out E.C. Myers' vids. He's been playing through Adventure Island. It's been a little bit painful, but it's a brutally hard game, especially as you get in upper levels. Make sure you check them out. And let's hit the bench so we can check this out. So here we have the C100 on the bench. I mean, the box itself, pretty straightforward. I mean, there's nothing really on it. Let's go ahead and we'll open this bad boy up. Oh, I'm already liking one of the things that I'm seeing here. Oh, that's nice. So I'm gonna angle that down. You can see it comes in a nice case so that if you do want to use it portably, you can. That's nice. I like that. It encourages the portability side. So like if you're gonna go camping and whatnot, like this would be fun to have like for Smash Brothers tournaments by the fire pit or something like that, shining up against a like the side of a camper. All right, so looking on the inside here, looks like the manuals and whatnot are in a pouch up here. Yep, quick start guide and everything right there, along with the user's manual. We'll set those aside to check out later. You have an HDMI cable that's included. That's nice. Not that I need more HDMI cables, but it's always nice to have an extra one. Power cord, and what I like about this, check that connector out on the end. That is just a standard connector. If you lose this power cable, you don't need to go buy a specialized one-off AC adapter. I like that. Remote control, pretty nice. And let's see, oh, VGA cable input. Yeah, you can use this with your Dreamcast. That'd be awesome. We have a multi-video and something else in here. Oh, little adjuster stand. Or knob, I guess, is not a stand. I like the way this is in here. This is really packed well. And we'll set the case aside for now. All right, so looking at the front, you've got a lens guard, which is nice. Make sure it doesn't get scratched up when it's in transit and whatnot. You do have quick menu access buttons up top here. Looking at the back, you have your power input, SD card input, that's cool. AV1, headphone output, so you could go, if you want to go out from here to like a sound bar or a, oh, what am I thinking of, like a tower speaker or something, you could do that. I actually have one of those. 2 thumb drive or USB outputs where you can connect thumb drives into it, 2 HDMI inputs, and then your VGA as well. That's nice looking. It's not too heavy. I'd put this at maybe 5 to 8 pounds. Nice vents on the side too. Now it can, that's where the thumb screw gets tightened in there to adjust your height. And it does have a spot on the bottom. If you do want to suspend it upside down from a ceiling, you could mount it that way too. Vents on that side as well. Pretty simple and straightforward. We're going to apply power to it and kind of see what we can get for a menu coming through just on the back of this screen here. Again, I don't know what we're going to get for results, so let's kind of check it out here just to see what the menu looks like. So looking at the menu here out of the box, the first thing I did have to do, and you guys, I'm sorry, it's kind of dark here, but I did have to put AAA batteries in the remote, not included. Basically, I have my camera set at an ISO of 800. I don't have any other lights on in here, and this is just reflecting off my gray wall in here. So going through here to the menus, select English. You guys can probably hear the fan. It's not exactly quiet, but I mean, it is what it is, really. So as you can see, there's no signal right now coming into the system at all. Let's hit the menu. We can adjust the picture mode, standard, soft, user, so I can adjust what I want the picture to be itself, and vivid, standard. We'll just use standard for now. Color temperature, standard, warm, user, cool. Use standard again. Aspect ratio, so you can do 4:3, 16:9, zoom. We'll just leave it to 16:9 for now. Noise reduction, so you can adjust that to low, middle, or high. There's where you can select your different inputs on here. Projection mode, front, rear. So, you can have it as a rear projector as well, so it would be coming through a screen. Front ceiling, rear ceiling. So basically what the ceiling mode does is it flips the picture upside down through that mounting point that I showed you earlier. For sound mode, standard, music, movie, sports, user, standard, balance, so you can adjust that left or right. Auto volume is on, auto timer off, option on-screen display English, factory reset, on-screen transparency off, low, middle, high. I actually kind of like that. Software update, you can update the software via USB if you want to. Again, I apologize if it's not coming through as great on here just because of the gorilla nature that you have to capture, but hopefully you guys are able to see and kind of make sense of what we're talking about here. So I'm using the built-in the included HDMI cable here along with my Genesis Mini, and I mean, audio out of this is tinny, but I mean, the speakers in this are pretty tiny, so I mean, for what it is, it's okay. Let's play some Street Fighter 2. Now I'm going to turn down the volume on here. And one of the reasons, again, like I've talked about Street Fighter 2 in the past, is just to see what the lag and latency is like. And I apologize if this keeps going out of focus. I have to say, so far, at least from a concept, I love the idea of this. I mean, this is really stinking cool. I mean, I'm not feeling any, if there's any lag, it's not much. This is a great novelty item, I think. I'm sorry if I'm shouting here. It's one of those where, I mean, the fan is loud. I can't say that it's not, because it just is. Uh-oh, come on, Chun-Li. You cannot win this. She's gonna win it. On the draw. See, this I could see taking to a convention and having a screen set up in the back and having like a, hey, let's play some games or at a panel or something like that. I mean, this is working pretty decently. Now, one thing I don't know if you noticed or not when I first started playing is it did say that it is in 720p. So not that it's a limitation, but it is basically the video output is going to be 720p on this. Next up, you know what I want to do is I want to connect my switch and see how that looks. All right, so now we have our switch hooked up. Keep an eye on the lower left-hand corner for the resolution. HD 1080p, 60 hertz. So it will recognize 1080p. I guess I forgot that the Genesis Mini is only a 720 machine. I had been playing some Luigi's Mansion 3 before. Let's dive in here and see what we can do. Oh, again, sound is, a little bit on the light side, but I don't know that that's really, anything too shocking for something like this with the small speakers that it has and whatnot. But that's where you can use something along the lines of that sound bar, like I mentioned, to really kind of, take the sound to the next level if you want to. Working well with Luigi's Mansion. Let's go to the home page here. Check out some Super NES. Again, it's not looking as bright and vibrant through the camera as what I'm seeing. I'll tell you what I'm seeing is actually looking really pretty good. Now I am seeing a little bit of a dirt mark on my wall though, so that is something to be aware of. So I'll play a little bit of Super Mario World here real quick. Now one thing that you'll want to do, and that may actually be on the lens, I may have smudged the lens a little bit when I got it out of the box. Use a like a microfiber non-scratch type, oh crap, I thought I was going to die there, like a, I don't want to say anti-scratch, but like a microfiber cloth to clean off the lens occasionally. I'd say the switch works pretty well. So there you have it, our look at the Vankyo C100 projector. What do I think about it? Well, first and foremost, I want to thank the folks from Vankyo for sending me one to review and test out. We'll have a link below if you want to learn more and if you want to check one out for yourself. For the money, a little bit over $100, it actually does a decent job. It's not as bright as like our LED LCD TV that we have behind me, but it's a lot brighter than those that have lower ratings. At the price point that it comes in at, it actually has a lot of really good features. My initial concern, and I think this is part of like just a bad translation thing, looking at the product page, my initial concern was it was a 720p only machine. And when I plugged in my Genesis Classic, bam, I saw it had 720p. I thought, oh no, that's a bummer. But when I plugged in my Switch, it was 1080p. So it will do 1080p, it's not 4K. Again, barely over $100. Another thing, if you see how I have this sitting here, it actually has a tripod mount right on the bottom of it. It's actually the exact same mount that you would use to hang this upside down from a ceiling if you are going to mount it like that. So for me, because I do have two tripods, super useful to use for me. I like the fact it does have multiple inputs for USB and for HDMI. It does have that audio output if I'd want to go to a tower speaker or to a soundbar or something like that. The speakers on here, they're okay, but they're about the same as what you're going to get in a flat panel TV. They're just so small, they don't have enough room to really radiate the sound outside of something like this. But for what they are, they're not bad. Now, one of the things that may kind of turn you off a little bit, the fans are kind of loud. It's the nature of the beast with having a projector. That's where you just want to make sure that you're not sitting directly on top of it, just so you're not being, having that whir sound of the blades of the fan kind of going at all times, like you might be hearing my furnace going in the background right now. That you kind of hear that with this. I actually used this when I set up my NVIDIA Shield TV Pro recently. This is what I use to go through all the menus and everything. I love the fact it does come with this really nice carry case that has compartments for everything on here. So if I want to take it on the go, if I want to take it to a convention and have a screen set up where people can play against me if I have a booth or something like that, we can do that. I can take this and set it up outside and have a drive-in movie night in my front driveway. Basically, I don't have a back driveway, just in my driveway, and project it onto my garage door. One of the things I think is really, I can't state enough, the power cord, the fact it is that traditional kind of that hourglass shape. If I happen to lose it, if I forget to pack it up, if I leave it behind somewhere, I don't have to go buy a separate power supply that is unique to this. It's something I can go to a local chain store and I can go ahead and be up and running and be able to play through this again without any issue. Is this going to replace your primary TV? No. It's not designed for that though. It's designed for you to have fun with, to take outdoors, to have your outdoor movie nights, to have set up. This would be great for in a kid's bedroom where if they start complaining, I want a bigger TV. Well, you just pull the projector back, bam, you've got a bigger screen right on the wall. The wall that you saw me projecting on here is more of a gray. It's the same color that you see back here. I'm sure the colors would have popped a little bit more if it were white. There were some of the blemishes that you may have noticed on screen as well. It wasn't the lens. Upon closer inspection, I had crap on my wall. I mean, not literal crap, but it was from where the couch was sitting back against the wall. It kind of rubbed the paint off a little bit. So that on the left-hand side of the screen is where you saw that. It's something that I'm glad that I've got one of these now, especially because the room that I'm in now, well, this is eventually going to become the baby's nursery, so I have to find a new area to film, and this may be the new kind of source that I use for my video moving forward. One of the nice things about this, again, if I'm going against a wall, I don't have to worry about the reflection. Like with this TV here, I have to have it at a certain angle and whatnot so that the light there or light there doesn't bounce off of it and you guys don't pick it up on camera. Production type issues, nothing big. But these are just my thoughts. Let me know what you think down in the comments. I'm really kind of interested to see what you guys and gals out there think about something like this. Again, it's available for about $110 to $120, depending on the listing that you find on Amazon. I'll have the link again down below in a pinned post if you do want to check it out. Now, if you do have any other comments or questions about the Vankyo C100 projector, about retro gaming, about the NVIDIA Shield TV, anything retro gaming and electronics in general, as always, feel free to email me at rocksolidmail@gmail.com. You can visit me over on Twitter at RockSolidStudios, Facebook at facebook.com/RockSolidProductions, and over on Instagram at instagram.com/RockSolidProductionsGK. Now, if you do want to get early access to all of our video content and exclusive content as well, you can do so by supporting the channel over on our Patreon page at patreon.com/rocksolid for as little as $1 a month, 12 bucks a year, less than what you will probably spend on coffee this week. You can head on over to patreon.com/rocksolid, and then you do get all of those benefits and features. We do have some other tiers as well for those who do want to help donate more to the channel. And if you want to pick up some Rock Solid Productions swag, you can head on over to our Teespring store on screen now, where we have t-shirts, sweatshirts, hoodies, and more, all featuring the Rock Solid Productions logo. And finally, like I mentioned at the beginning of this video, if you like what you see here, if you want to see more, do me a favor, hit that thumbs up button, hit that subscribe button, and hit that bell notification. That way, each and every time we upload new content, you're kept the most up to date. This is really a fun piece of electronics now to have in my collection. I'm excited to see what I can do with it moving forward. You will be seeing this again. Thanks for watching. I hope to see you soon.